Welcome back to our channel. We're Andre and Lisa, a South African couple who have been traveling the world full-time since 2018. For most of the last 4 years, we've been meandering around Europe in our motorhome Meli. Recently, we bought a small farmhouse in the south of Italy, which will be a new base for our future travel adventures. Good morning, friends. Welcome back to a new year. Welcome back to a new video. Welcome back to Salento. This is our first video of the year, and as you can see, the weather is glorious. Not. And we would like to wish you a fantastic, prosperous, wonderful year lying ahead, filled with
good health, happiness, and as much travel or adventure as you desire.
Experiences and love and hugs. So welcome back. The weather's not that great, as you can see. Yeah, we're struggling a bit at the moment. We're clearly not made for this kind of weather, but we're going on a bit of a mission today. We have a few chores to run. We still have a few things we sort of urgently have to deal with on the land, because we will be escaping the cold for a while.
Yes, we
Soon.
can't do this kind of temperatures.
Soon.
Even though we've got the fireplace, we're going to escape for a little bit. And then we'll maybe talk about some of our other plans for the year throughout this video, because we do have some travel plans for this year.
We will also be releasing, maybe the next video will be sort of a recap on the the house and the land, sort of the project, changes we've made. And we might actually do a video on sort of our experience settling in Italy as non-Italians.
Because it's actually very interesting to us when at this time of the year you can't help but reflect and look back on the year and how many things have changed and how much we've done, and what a very different year 2025 was for us.
If you don't know, we've been fully nomadic since 2018, and this was the first year where we spent extended periods in one place, not on the move, so it's been quite a change. It had its ups and downs, and the goal was always just to set up this place to become a new base, to allow us to do slightly shorter trips, just to break things up a bit and make it a little bit more sustainable, I think. But
first,
wait, what's first?
Breakfast.
Okay, so in the spirit of the new year, I think a lot of people keep asking, hey Andre, why don't you show us more cooking? So we're going to try and include some...
It's because he just hasn't been cooking for me. Can't you see how skinny we're getting?
Yeah, clearly. New Year's resolutions, people. Speaking of New Year's resolutions, fitting with that sort of theme, our goal is, like everybody else, is to make some positive changes. One of it is to watch a little bit what we're eating, because over Christmas we've been indulging in panettone a little bit.
And being in this region, we've also just been indulging in some of our favorite delicacies here, which is not such a good idea to have every single day.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this video before we hit the road today with a breakfast we do maybe twice a day. No, it's not twice a day.
Well, not twice a day.
A breakfast we do like twice a week. I've also been doing a new bread, which is quite great. So maybe you're interested, I'll actually show you quickly how to make it. I will link to where it comes from originally. Super easy. I'll quickly show you how to make it, and then you can maybe try it at home. So you do this. I'll go cook. You enjoy your coffee.
Have a sip.
Oh yes. It's called the Doctor's Daily Bread, and it's super fast and easy to make. You start with 20 grams of chia seeds, 35 grams of psyllium husk. Add to that 150 grams of porridge oats, then 150 grams of mixed seeds. I use pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. 150 grams of mixed nuts. I'm using almonds and walnuts. You can chop it or crush it like I'm doing. And then add 1.5 teaspoons of sea salt. Mix all the ingredients together properly. And then you add 400 milliliters of water, as well as 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. You can line your baking tray either with baking paper, or what I'm doing is painting it with olive oil. Now scoop the mixture into your baking tray and smooth it over with a spatula. Let the mixture sit for at least 30 minutes. I keep it for 8 hours before baking it in a fan-assisted oven at 170 degrees for 60 minutes. Now breakfast is even easier. I simply put frozen cubed spinach in a dry pan. I then chop 1 red onion finely, add it to the pan with a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil, grain of salt and pepper, chop some cherry tomatoes, add it to the pan. In this case I'm using 4 free-range eggs, seasoned. Add it to the pan and cover with a lid. And then take 1 tin of tuna in olive oil and add that to the frittata. Cover it for a few minutes and it's ready to go. Here's the bread we baked earlier, and you can see how nutty it is. If you slice the whole bread in 10 pieces per serving, you'll get 9 grams of protein and 7 grams of fiber. Highly recommend it. I was hoping.
See, last time to jar this. Oh,
Good.
you see, look at this.
Okay, so part of the mission today is to find bottles in which we can transport olive oil on an airplane. That's a tricky one, because where we're going, we want to take some olive oil. But it's tricky. We always decant it on the other side, but how do you transport it? I first thought like plastic, you can just decant.
You think, I mean,
That should be fine. It's just the impact, you just gotta wrap it in some bubble wrap.
how many liters do you think
I
was
think that's 2 liters. We can't realistically take more than 2 liters.
No.
I think this kind of bottles is the best.
Yeah, this would have definitely been like my first choice.
Also looking for some pots. We want to plant some of those small yuccas. Oh, but damn, these pots are expensive. Like a fairly small pot. It's like 50 euros. Bam. Crazy. See how nice this is, babe.
They're beautiful, but
They look cool.
100 euros.
100?
105 euro.
What?
That is crazy.
This is 100 euros?
Yes.
Oh, you're kidding me. Okay, we're not buying a 105 euro pot.
No.
Because we want 30 of them. Okay, we won't be buying pots here.
That's not.
So let's take our bottle and go. That'll have to do.
Grazie a te. Ciao, buona giornata.
Okay, ciao.
Grazie. Ciao.
Well, hope it's gonna work.
I think it'll work.
3 is sweet.
Yeah.
Perfect. Qual è la differenza del pasticciotto?
Tutti crema, solo
Crema, ok.
Ok, do you want big or small?
Grande per favore.
Allora, 2 grande e 2 caffè.
grande, grande.
Big pasticciotto and a tiny coffee.
Alright, so just show me your coffee quick.
Yep.
Stopping for a quick Italian break. Essential break, a coffee and a pasticciotto. But the pasticciotto is double the size of the coffee, eh?
More than. This is absolutely crazy. I mean, I forget because we don't often order coffees to ask for a cafe lungo. Then you will get about double this volume
Yeah.
at least. But this is just so crazy tiny.
Cheers.
All right, cheers.
That's good.
Mamma mia. Ah, I needed this. No. Cheers. Very, very nice. This would be quite a typical Italian breakfast. Coffee and a pastry. And the great thing is that if you do go local and you just have an ordinary coffee like this, whether it's this or caffè lungo, but not a fancy cappuccino. It's just so ridiculously cheap. I mean, this is now €4 for everything together.
Yeah.
It's €1 a piece.
Yeah, euro for the pasticciotto, and euro for the coffee.
Yes, in more touristy places, you need to be careful because you're paying extra €1 to sit down.
Yeah. Top tip, if you are in a touristy place, often go to the bar, order coffee, stand at the counter, drink your coffee, and then you can use the toilet. It's going to cost you €1.20, €1.50, and you get a coffee.
Definitely the cheapest, easiest, and best way to find a toilet.
Maybe not the healthiest.
Maybe not.
All right, enjoy.
Okay, buona giornata. Ciao.
Ciao. Okay, suited before the void.
Oh, yes.
Nice thing is, you might run into someone you know. But okay, that's our mission, our quick mission for this morning. Back to the land. I mean, back to the house. I mean, back to the farm.
Back.
Get a few more things done before the rain comes.
At least when it's like this and overcast, it's not as cold, which is quite nice.
No. Hopefully we can even break because it's been quite cold. Okay, ready?
Go. I tell you what, this is definitely one way to beat the cold, but it's hard work.
All right, next one.
Next,
You just off a bit, let's go.
we always have the argument as to, I'm like, I'll just keep carrying and have one fire, but it's so much effort to carry these logs that Andre wants to make lots and lots of little burn piles. I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, your forking is better than your shoveling.
I'm a little bit better at okay, I won't say it.
Forking and shoveling.
I'm exhausted, but it's invigorating.
There's another pile up there, babe.
I see that. I don't know why, but we always keep putting off the last bit.
End of the road.
This is it! The last tree! The very, very last tree. I cannot believe that we managed to get this, almost managed to get this done. But this is it.
This is it. Okay, who's gonna do it? This is a big bush though.
We just left this one for the end.
So we almost done. We still have some cuttings at the bottom we have to deal with, some
Lots.
wood we have to work, but if we can get this tree smashed, it's done.
I know.
And mosquitoes also.
It's-
No wait, this is flies or mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes.
Ooh, mosquitoes. Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it, let's do it.
Just in time.
And the side.
My clothes are a little bit raggedy. I'll have to either upgrade my outfit or finish
Stop
the job.
working.
Okay, I'm going to start quickly.
Okay. Now the sad part is that very often the biggest and the best tree that there is actually a wild olive, and that isn't productive. So we got a choice here, is either we leave it and it's just aesthetically there, or we cut it down and we give the actual olive tree a little bit more chance to survive and end up being more productive. It's a tough decision, but I think we're going to take him down.
Yeah, because seeing that there's a small olive behind him, that too will have a much better chance if we actually take the wild olive out.
On the trees where we've got nothing else, we have kept some wild olive just to have some greenery and something. But I think here where we've got little trees that we want to give as much energy as possible to, we're rather going to remove the wild olive.
Now you see it, now you don't. So we definitely have enough firewood for the coming years. You have a lot of wood that can still be cut down. We're actually choosing not to cut all the big things down because we just don't know what to do with it, and we don't have to do it right now. This is what comes off this one single tree.
It's crazy.
Madness. In summer, this land was we showed this land completely abandoned and had irrigation pipes running from tree to tree, and they were all damaged and burnt. And we spent quite a few weeks getting those irrigation pipes off these trees. There's still a few left here behind me, actually. But I think we've managed to transform this land and hopefully give it a chance to become productive. If it does not become productive within next year, we'll monitor these trees and maybe we'll start planting small trees next to each big tree just to give us sort of an insurance policy.
No, but this place has been absolutely transformed, and I'm so happy that we actually did this. It was a hell of a lot of work, but at least now the land looks beautiful, whether it becomes productive or not.
Alright, shall we say goodnight?
I'm happy. Yeah, I can't high five you, I've got a motorcycle.
Motorcycle high five!
Yay!
Wait!
Boom! Boom!
Okay, no, wait. Okay, alright. We'll pick this up tomorrow. Good night. Good night.
When you rise up from the dead, you come and see me anytime. I dropped a diamond in the sand.
I got the fire on my back.
It's definitely winter. Cheers.
Cheers.
After a really hard day's work.
It's wonderful to come inside when it gets dark and have this cozy little fireplace. Every single day since we've had this fireplace, I've said how much I love it.
And every single day since we installed it, we made a fire in it. So for all the comments that said, hey, nice fireplace, thank you. And don't be concerned. We're well aware of the safety distances of combustibles. This is a tiny little stove. It only puts out like 5 kilowatts. It's about the same as a 3-panel gas heater. So it really poses very little risk to anything around it.
So far the TV hasn't melted.
Oh no, it's melting! So anyway, before we wrap up this video, maybe we'll quickly talk about what we're doing this year.
Because this year we've got some big plans and some not so big plans. We are definitely escaping a little bit of the winter very soon.
Very, very soon.
And then we will, and I say this with absolute certainty, do a camper trip this year with Millie.
Early this year, and before we go to the camper trip,
okay,
we want to upload a little bit more videos this year. Although the first month might not be as good as we want it to be because we're not in Europe.
The first 2 months possibly.
Possibly, but after that we're going to pick up the pace. I think once we get back in Italy, back in the camper, we're looking forward to doing that again.
And then before we speak about our camper trip or planned camper trip, we are then also thinking about what we can do towards the end of the year to escape a little bit more of the winter. And we've got a lot of ideas for that.
So we talk about the camper trip.
Okay.
Just roughly. Okay, so the plan is we've got a few things we have to prepare. We have to prepare the land for summer. And then we want to set off as early as possible. Hopefully end of April, maybe
1st May.
As soon as possible after Easter. And we want to take a ferry from Brindisi to Greece. And then from there The plan is to,
Visit some new countries.
well, yes, if all goes according to plan, because we're so out of this van life thing. I don't even remember how it's going to work out for us. The plan is to go to Bulgaria and then hopefully through Romania.
Very excited
From
about
there,
that.
we haven't quite decided which route we're taking. Depending how fast we move north, we might go towards the east a little bit. Otherwise, we'll probably go through Hungary, either into Poland or Czech. I'm not quite sure. The aim is to get to Scandinavia for the peak of summer. Hopefully back to our favorite summer destinations, Denmark.
I think it's just very open from Romania to Denmark. We haven't really got a clue. It'll all depend on how much time we end up spending in Greece, Bulgaria, and Romania. And then from Denmark, we'll head back to Italy, probably fairly fast and around the beginning of September.
That is the best time of the year to be here, and we really love this part of Italy, and the beaches are phenomenal.
So also to enjoy and relax a little bit here and with good weather before our next olive harvest season, which would be towards the end of October, beginning of November of next year. And we are still thinking about whether it's going to be possible for us to organize something to be able to have some friends over and to do a little combined olive harvest experience.
Because there's uncertainty as to exact when the harvest will be, and even if we will have enough olives this year, we don't know. You know, we can't pinpoint details, but as it is, we already have a few people that we're communicating with, but it's something we can talk about. Okay, after olive harvest, we've got a few ideas still what we're going to do at the end of the year, so we won't quite let that cat out of the bag yet.
There's just too many ideas on the table.
We have a few ideas on the table, but we'll let you know as soon as we... Oh, this is nice.
I'm just getting warm with the fire at my back here.
It's lovely, I'll tell you.
So nice and cozy.
So if you don't know, Salento specifically... Oh, can you grab that bottle for me, please? Salento is known, I think, for 3 different grape varieties, maybe more. This is one of them. It's called Negro Amaro, and even our neighbors grow this grape, Negro Amaro, and they make their own wine from this. And then, of course, you get the famous Primitivo, and then there's one called Salice. So if you do come to Salento, remember to try these wines. Are we going to wrap this up? All right, thanks always for watching. In our next,
Is that it?
in our next video, we're going to recap the crazy year that was renovating this property. So come back next week, and well, maybe not next week, the week after probably, because we might be traveling this week.
And any tips for our planned camper trip en route are more than welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. Always welcome. Thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't done so yet, remember to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, it helps our channel.
And leave us a comment.
Leave us a comment. And as always, extra thank you for the members that's supporting our channel. We really appreciate you. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.
This is very nice.